Hello, we are team number 4 and we will talk to you about the different animals, the ecosystem where they live, abiotic and abiotic factors, as well as its place in the food chain and its importance in it. The West African giraffe. Its scientific name is the Giraffa camelops peralta. Its habitat is the West Africa. Giraffe can live in a variety of places, including the savannas, deserts, and some areas without sufficient vegetation. Its range is quite dispersed from the Chad of the South Africa and from Nigeria to Somalia. The climate is the most prevalent climate in Africa is tropical. In general, the climate in Africa is uniform and the temperatures are warm to the geographic location in the continent of the tropical zone. The abiotic and biotic factors. The abiotic factors is the average of the temperature of the 24.5 degrees. The average of the raining is the 1000 and 1040. The light influences plant growth and the atmospheric pressures in the 1000 throughout. The biotic factors is the plant like Bionelsicensis, Catopsen berlin, Roses rain, or strepsion, and the animals like a condor, pangolin, puddle, moth, and shovel. Finally, his position in the food chain is the primary consumer because the producer is the tree of the like the giraffe consume. The secondary consumer are the lionesses. The tertiary consumer are the scavenger birds, and finally the blaster is larvae or worms. The importance of the giraffe is spend most of their time feeding, which contributes to the natural pruning, scent distribution, and enables to populations.
My animal is a penguin and the scientific name is Phanasidae. The habitat is generally live on island and remote continental regions free from the land predators where their inability to fly is not determinant to their survival. These highly special marine birds are adapted to living at sea. The climate, they are not found only in cold climates, such as Antarctica. Only a few species of penguin live so far south. At least 10 species live in the temperate zone. The biotic and abiotic factors. The biotic factors for the penguin are fish, krill, leopards, seals, and squid. The abiotic factors are common factors such as water, sunlight, the temperatures, oxygen, and soil. Position in the food chain. Emperor penguins are not at the top of the food chain, but they are not at the bottom either. Emperor penguins eat fish, squid, and krill. At the top of the food chain is the killer whale and the leopard seal. Type of consumer is the secondary. And the importance in the food chains, penguins are an important part of the food chain. By studying penguins as a keystone species, we can gauge the health of the predator, their prey, and the entire ocean.
The scientific name of the lion is Panthera leo. Lions live in a variety of habitats but prefer grassland, savanna, dense scrub, and open woodland. They usually take refuge from the sun under acacias and other trees of the African region, where they hunt antelopes, emus, and other endemic species. Historically, they range across much of Europe, Asia, and Africa, but now they are found mainly in parts of Africa south of the Sahara. Lions live in savanna regions which have temperatures between 20 and 30 degrees Celsius. Biotic factor lions need to survive are zebras, which are important because they give lions our food source. And a biotic factor lions need to survive is water. Lions need water because when lions hunt, They run after their prey, and after they catch their prey, they need to drink water to stay hydrated. The lion is part of the secondary consumer of the food chain, which feeds on the primary consumer that consumes plants, that is, the herbivores. However, these animals that are part of the secondary consumer sometimes feed on plants, but mostly consume meat. So they are defined as carnivores and form the third trophic level of the food chain. The lion is one of the predators that control the populations of its prey, but also the species of small carnivores, which are the next animals in the food chain and are known as mesopredators. Superpredators are unilaterally averse to predators, which makes them especially controlled. The scientific name of the lion is Panthera leo. Lions live in a variety of habitats but prefer grassland, savanna, dense scrub, and open woodland. They usually take refuge from the sun under acacias and other trees of the African region, where they hunt antelopes, emus, and other endemic species. Historically, they range across much of Europe, Asia, and Africa, but now they are found mainly in parts of Africa, south of the Sahara. Lions live in savanna regions, which have temperatures between 20 and 30 degrees Celsius. A biotic factor lions need to survive are zebras, which are important because they give lions our food source. And a biotic factor lions need to survive is water. Lions need water because when lions hunt, they run after their prey, and after they catch their prey, they need to drink water to stay hydrated. The lion is part of the secondary consumer of the food chain, which feeds on the primary consumer that consumes plants, that is, the herbivores. However, these animals that are part of the secondary consumer sometimes feed on plants, but mostly consume meat. So they are defined as carnivores and form the third trophic level of the food chain. The lion is one of the predators that control the populations of its prey, but also the species of small carnivores, which are the next animals in the food chain and are known as mesopredators. Superpredators are unilaterally averse to predators, which makes them especially controlled.
Amazon pink dolphin, scientific name Inia geoffroensis, habitat recording its habitat. The Amazon pink dolphin is easily found in the main rivers and fast waterfalls of the area. Their adaptability allows them to live even in the rain-flooded forests that give rise to small formations of lakes connected to rivers. During the dry season, they are seasonal occupying lighter river beds, while in the winter they move at the mercy in the search of the prey, reaching large areas of the forest and flooded plains. Climate. It is characterized by a tropical hot monsoon climate with a dry season between June and November. To this uneven distribution, the climate of these biomes differs according to the region in which they are located. On average, winter temperatures in freshest biomes range from 65 degrees Fahrenheit to 75 degrees Fahrenheit in the summer. Biotic and abiotic factors. Abiotic factors. The average temperature of the Amazon River is 77 degrees Fahrenheit. They are very low light level because of the amount of the sediment in the water. The Amazon River has very rich soil, sunlight, precipitation, wind, altitude, latitude, water currents, and abiotic factors are its size reached of the 2.5 meters in liquid average weight of 180 kilograms in males with proportion to the femmes that usually measure 2.9 meters and weigh about 150 kilograms. Color. Despite their distinctive name, the tonality of the skin of the species varies with the time. When they are born, they are of a gray color that becomes lighter until reaching the characteristic pink that is more accounted in the males. Heat. It is prominent with movement capacity of the 180 degrees because they like cervical vertebrae in their place their small eye and long snout with more than 100 cetaceae for different functions. And intelligence allows them to swim although more are blind or are almost blind. The position in the food chain. The food chain to which the dolphin belongs in the entire classification is as follows. We start with the producer, which is the plankton, to continuing with the primary consumer, in which they go in the all classification of the fish. As a secondary consumer, the dolphin is involved, and to finish, the tertiary consumer is at the classification of sharks. Consumer type. The Amazon shrouded dolphins are characterized by being excellent hunters. They usually feed alone and do not distinguish between day and night to do so. Their diet includes of the feeding different types of fish, in which the crab is included in addition of turtles because of their main source hunting, as they spend most their time at the bottom of the rivers to catch fish, demonstrate their agility by grouping as many of them possible before taking turns among the herds to eat. The importance in the food chain. The dolphin is important in the food chain because it will disappear in the world, not be stable in the sense that at the time of them to not consuming the primary product of the time, there will be an excess of them, just as it will seriously affect the tertiary consumer as he is totally dependent on the good health because he's part of their diet and carries nutrients that others could not.
Panda. The scientific name of the panda is Ailuropoda melanoleuca. They live in mountainous regions such as the broad-leaved and mixed-temperature forests of southwest China. The climate in this type of places is usually cold and humid. In the food chain, panda has a position in the first order, being a primary consumer. Panda helps maintain the balance and energy flow of the ecosystem, from ingesting plants or their parts of the consuming organisms. Also contribute of sustaining plant diversity on the planet. Dietary factors. They have white, fat molars and a reinforced bone structure in the words that, together with the tongue, help them to hold, break, and eat the bamboo. They are classified as birds since they have the digestive system of a carnivore, but whose body has been adapted to a vegetarian diet. They are usually solitary animals. Their life cycle in the wild is 14 to 20 years, and they communicate quite often through voice or territory demarcation. Abiotic factors. Conditions. The temperature and climatic conditions remain stable throughout the year. Bamboo, an essential food in the panda's diet, is easily available. They have access to water and soil light. Disturbances. The conversion of forest areas into agricultural areas, the collection of medicinal herbs, logging, bamboo harvesting, and activities such as hydropower development, mining, and road constructions. Also, they hunt uncontrollable and may also be injured or accidentally killed in traps for other animals.
Butterfly. Scientific name Papillion idea. Butterflies live worldwide except the Antarctic. Nearly anywhere with nectar producing flowers is host butterfly. Some species live in the desert and feed upon of the succulent plants that grow in the harsh conditions, living in the rainforest, feeding on the flowering plants and trees. Still others inhabit the meadows and temperate prairies. Climate.
Some species may remain in an area throughout their life, but others are migratory. Some thorn species migrate north during the spring. Other species, however, migrate during the fall, including monarchs. Biotic and abiotic facts. In the part of butterfly abundance, the diversity with abiotic temperature, humidity, rainfall, and photo period. And biotic plants factor precipitation. Precipitation was the only abiotic factor with a significant relationship with butterfly species richness. Establishment of green areas with complex structural vegetation will improve microclimate conditions for butterflies, promoting healthy urban ecosystems. Position in the acts as lower member of the food chain. They are food source for birds, spiders, lizards, mice, and other animals. It's a primary consumer because it gets its nutrition from plants. An abundance of butterflies is often an indication that an ecosystem is thriving. This is due to the fact that butterflies are an important component of food chain as predators and prey.